Aquaculture. In our today's world, technology has made it possible to grow food in the coastal marine water and in the open ocean to secure the demand for seafood. This method is called aquaculture, in which is used to produce food and other commercial products, restore habitat and replenish wild stocks, and rebuild the populations of threatened and endangered species. It is farming in the water including breeding, raising and harvesting fishes, shellfishes, and aquatic plants. Aquaculture is also termed aqua farming, fish farming, fish culture, or mariculture. There are two types of aquaculture: the marine and freshwater. Marine aquaculture refers to the farming species that live in the ocean and estuaries. It produces numerous species including oysters, clams, mussels, shrimp, seaweeds, and fish. Freshwater aquaculture primarily takes place in ponds, reservoirs, lakes, rivers, and in other inland waterways to raise and breed aquatic animals and plants. Four major objectives of aquaculture: production of food, business, for pleasure, education or scientific pursuit. Aquaculture in the Philippines. Aquaculture in the Philippine history plays a big role in the economy, which involves many species and farming practices in the diverse ecosystems. However, the Philippines' global position in aquaculture production has continuously declined from 4th place in 1985 to 12th place now. The Philippines now only produces a little more than 1% of the worldwide farmed fish production, down to 5% previously. According to the National Statistics Office's 2002 Census of Fisheries, there were 226,195 aquaculture operators engaged in the following fields: fish pond operation, 126,894. Seaweed farming, 73,549. Fish pan operation, 5,325. Oyster farming, 3,041. Mussel farming, 2,422. And others, 14,964. Three major phases of fish culture. Fish propagation, the natural or artificial method of promoting and enhancing reproduction and survival of the fish and other aquatic products. It includes keeping, maintaining, and spawning breeders in the tanks or ponds. Fish cultivation, the rearing of fish and other aquatic products from a very young stage to marketable size. It is done in fresh, brackish, and marine waters in many of the rearing contraption structures. Fish conservation, the public control and maintenance of the various fisheries where fish and other fishery products are derived. Its work should be designed for sustainable yield of fish, like the continuous use of fish pond without proper maintenance lowers the productivity of the soil. Cultured species. The 7 major aquaculture species in the Philippines are seaweed, mainly Caphapicus and Euchoma species; milkfish or Chanus chanus; tilapia, mainly Nile tilapia or Oreochromis niloticus; shrimp, mainly giant tiger prawn or Phenus monodon; carp, mainly big-head carp or Aristitictis nobilis; oyster, sleeper-cupped oyster or Crasonastrea ardeleae; mussel, green mussel or Perna viridis. Role of aquaculture in the rural development. Nutritional requirement. Fish is the rich food for poor. It is the cheapest animal protein and it also enhances brain development and learning in the children. Protects vision and eye health and offers protection from cardiovascular disease and other cancers. Recycling of the urban waste. The urban waste such as garbages may be recycled and be supplied as fish feed to raise fish production and prevent environmental pollution in those areas. Infrastructure and other rural development. Due to the supply chain management, some rural infrastructure like connecting roads for the transport of fishes, markets for selling or buying fishes, cold storage, and electricity connection may be developed. The rural development may boost up purchasing power and standard of living of rural. Capacity building. This is the process of developing and strengthening the skills, instincts, abilities, processes, and resources that organizations and communities need to survive, adapt, and thrive in the fast-changing world. Utilization of common resources. Aquaculture can also benefit the landless from the utilization of common resources, such as fish cage culture, the culture of mollusks and seaweeds, and fisheries enhancement in communal water bodies. Farming systems distribution and characteristics. In 2002, the total harvest area for milkfish production was 281,727 hectares. The five major provinces for production were Bulacan, Pangasinan, Capiz, Iloilo, and Negros Occidental. While the total harvest area in 2002 for shrimp production was 77,172 hectares. The five major producing provinces in 2002 were Pampanga, Zamboanga del Sur or Sibugay, Lanao del Norte, Bataan, and Bohol. Then we have the tilapia production in 2002, covered a total harvest area of 30,221 hectares. The top 5 tilapia producing provinces were Pampanga, Batangas, Laguna, Bulacan, and Sultan Kudarat. Also, in 2002, the total harvest area for carp production was 3,519 hectares. The 5 major provinces for production were Rizal, Lanao del Norte, Metro Manila, Pampanga, and Bukidnon. In 2001, the top 5 seaweed-producing provinces were Tawi-Tawi, Sulu, Palawan, Zamboanga City, and Bohol. The total harvest area for seaweed was 21,281 hectares. Practices. Aquaculture in the Philippines is carried out in diverse ecosystems, freshwater, brackish water, and marine, using various culture systems with different degrees of intensification. Milkfish production comes from brackish water fish ponds. Shrimp. According to CORE 1995, farming in the Philippines uses a variety of systems and follows the traditional, semi-intensive, and intensive system. Tilapia. Production comes from freshwater ponds and cages, according to Day and others 2002. Carp. According to YAP 2002, recently produced is big head carp from freshwater pens of Laguna Lake, the country's largest lake. Big head carp does not require extensive and expensive feeds and very high production can be achieved in small area. Oyster and mussel. According to Gallardo 2001, oyster and mussel farming takes place in the open coastal area. Seaweed. Production farming methods can be classified under 2: farming in the shallow waters and farming in the deep waters.